Since Eden is nowhere to be found, I think you may have had something to do with getting Eden and Cruz back together again. If so, you should be very proud of yourself.
Well, I'll be much prouder if I can patch things up with Mason.
You will. I know how much you want his love.
That must be him now.
Now, I don't want you to let him upset you, all right? Just be patient with him. I'll leave you two alone.
Morning.
Morning.
Well, looks like it's going to be another hot day in court.
Looks like it. What do you want to see me about?
Oh, just to thank you again for what you're doing on Ted's case. Tell you how much I appreciate it.
Well, thank you. Something must be very, very wrong if you're reduced to paying me compliments. What is it?
Don't be so suspicious of me. I've just realized that I have been very unfair to you in a great many ways. One of the ways is that I have underestimated your skill as an attorney.
Why the sudden reevaluation?
Why, I realize now how difficult Ted's case is. And I've been able to judge for myself your workings in a court trial. I think you're handling yourself brilliantly.
Thank you.
I also want to thank you for the way you've been with Brandon. It shows that, well, I think you'll make a wonderful father someday.
I'm glad you feel that way. Is there anything else, Dad? I don't have long before court reconvenes.
Yes, there is one more thing. I want you to come back to work as my lawyer for Capwell Industries.
What's really behind this, Dad? You want to stop the Gillis lawsuit or something? Take away my control of Brandon's trust fund?
I have no ulterior motives, I assure you. And I would like you to move back into the house.
Well, I've gotten kind of used to living on my own, Dad. That would have to be temporary. And wouldn't be bowing and scraping to you anymore. Those days are past.
I wouldn't ask that of you. I respect your independence. That's why I think you would be a great help in running Capwell Enterprises.
Me, the man you once thought capable of killing Channing. Son you were so ashamed of, the one you disinherited.
I know what I've done to you, and I apologize. I'm asking your forgiveness.
One apology doesn't make up for the last 20 years, Dad.
I'm trying to do the best I can to do that right now. If you don't want to come back to work or move back with me, then don't.
No, I don't think I do, Dad. I don't want to set myself up for another fall.
Damn it, Mason. Don't you know how much I love you?
No. Only how much I wanted you to.
Oh, please, don't leave. Come on, let's talk this out.
Frankly, Dad, I'm a little paralyzed. I can't believe what I'm hearing. I keep expecting the ground to open up and swallow me.
I can understand why you're suspicious and maybe surprised. I know what I've put you through, but I've changed my mind about a great many things. You know, I'm not too old to learn a few lessons. And I finally learned what I think is important to me in my life, and the things that are window dressing. My family. That's what's important to me. Every member of it.
Where's the Brooklyn Bridge? I suppose I'm to buy that, too.
Please, Mason, I'm speaking from the heart. Don't make me regret it. I need the love of my children very much. And I need to give love, too. You know, they're part of me. Although we may never admit it, we need each other. I'm just asking for a second chance.
I never thought I'd hear you say that. I've fantasized about it often enough. I just never thought it would actually happen.
Well, it has. You know, when you were fighting against the family, all I could see in you was anger and hatred. And that kind of feeling was inspired in me. Now you're fighting for the family, and I'm looking at a different perspective of you.
I was always fighting for the family, Dad. It just wasn't such a popular cause back then.
Not always, Mason. You weren't always fighting for us. You were against us some of the time. You were against Channing and me, my values. But now I think something has changed in you, too, recently. I've seen you with Sophia, the way you want to help her, despite the mixed feelings I know you have towards her. You've stood by Gina, and now the way you're helping Ted, those things show me just how much you really do love us.
I never felt any other way. I mean, I know how much I've gotten on your nerves, how abrasive I can be. That's just my own peculiar sense of humor. But I never stopped hoping that you would one day relent and take me back. I'm just astonished that it's actually happening.
And you'll come back and live here?
There's nothing I want more.
Thank you.
I'll get it.
I need to make a call, okay?
Of course.
What is it?
I have a gift for Brandon.
Well, I don't want you to see Brandon.
Gina, please. I did not come here to fight with you. I'm not even going to try and see him. I just want him to have this.
Oh, Brandon is out playing, and I'll think about giving it to him when I see him.
I want to talk to C.C.
No.
Gina, I insist.
Please take this. It doesn't do you any good to suffer through it.
You know how I hate taking pills.
I know you did, but the doctor wants you to take it, and so do I. And I don't think you should go to court this morning. It's too much for you.
Sophia, there's nothing in this world that'll keep me away from that courtroom this morning.
C.C., Santana's here to see you.
So I see. What is it, Santana?
I have something that I want to give to Brandon. I just want to make sure that you'll do it.
Certainly. And you're just in time to hear a very happy announcement I want to make to all of you as soon as Mason gets off the phone.
What is that?
I'm
You'll
off.
find- Come here. Just want you all to know that Mason and I have patched up our differences, and he's going to move back into the house.
Mason, that's wonderful.
Oh, that is wonderful. I'm so happy. It'll be just like old times.
Better than that, I hope.
I've been wanting this for such a long time. Thank you both.
Well, it's a great relief to me to have the family at peace again. You'll excuse me.
Feeling all right, Dad?
I've got a slight headache.
I'm going to have to go down to the guest house to get some things, but I just want to tell you how happy I am for you.
Thank you, Sophia.
It's just going to be so good for all of us. I've wanted also peace in this family ever since I came back.
I'll do my best not to upset things.
Thank you.
Well, I think I'll be going too.
Why don't you do that? Mason, how did you manage it? You never cease to amaze me.
Dad made the first move. I don't think I could have.
Well, it doesn't really matter just as long as it happened. It's going to mean so much to me to have you living here. You're the only one I trust.
Well, I'll do my best to prove trustworthy.
You've already proven yourself, Mason. I want to talk to you.
I want to talk to you, too. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling just fine. But I want to ask your advice about something.
What?
Well, I don't think we should talk here. I can meet you at your apartment later on.
Yeah, it'll have to be tonight. You know, I'm in court all day.
Yeah, tonight will be just fine. Now, don't say anything to anybody. I wouldn't want people to think that we're conspiring together.
Oh, no, that wouldn't do at all. Don't worry. Our secret is safe with me. Coming. Hi, Gina. What is it?
Mason, are you alone?
Yeah, why are you so upset?
It's C.C. and Sophia. A little while ago, I saw them together, and they were in the house. They thought they were alone, and Sophia was rubbing his shoulders and nuzzling him.
I'm sorry.
Oh, it's all so clear to me now. He hasn't made love to me once since I've been back. And I know he used to love me. Sophia put an end to that. There's no way I can get him back now, and I'm not imagining it.
Oh, I know you're not. I just recently found out how Sophia maneuvered to keep my mother away from Dad after the divorce. Looks like history's repeating itself.
Mason, tell me what to do. I feel like I should get a lawyer and file for divorce.
Oh, no, I wouldn't advise that right now.
Well, how can I live with him knowing what I know?
Because you love Brandon, Gina, and if you file for divorce, Dad is going to try to get custody, and with your recent medical history, he just might do it right now. I'd say swallow your pride and try to muddle through.
Mason is just so terrible. It's all so degrading.
Yeah, I know.
It hurt so much when I saw him holding her. You know, I really did love him. I've made such a fool of myself since I've been back home.
How'd you do that?
I've been trying to be seductive with him. I've been telling him how much I love him, how much I miss him. I've been understanding when he tells me that he doesn't want to make love. All the time he's been falling in love with Sophia. I hate what's going on, and I can't stand living in that house anymore.
At least I'll be back in the house now. You'll have somebody to talk to.
Oh, Mason, I'm so grateful for that. I'm glad you and C.C. made up. You didn't deserve to be treated that way. I'm glad you're back where you belong.
Yeah, well, my inheritance hasn't been reinstated, but I hope that's just a matter of time. I want you to know that I mistrust Sophia as much as you do, Gina. And I'm going to need a friend, just as you will.
Oh, I heard what happened at court today.
Yeah, that was... I feel real bad for Patterson, but it sure was an inopportune time for me.
Do you think you can get Ted off?
I have to. Anything else is unthinkable.
I know you will. I have great faith in you. I didn't always. Isn't it funny how we became such good friends?
Funny and gratifying, too. I guess familiarity breeds content.
And it goes much deeper than just a friendship, Mason. You know that, don't you?
Yeah. Listen, I'm trying to take some things over to Dad. He's expecting me. Would you like to help me? Maybe you should get back, too.
Yeah, I'll help you, but you will stand by me, won't you? I can count on you, can't I?
As always, Gina. And would you get that bag there?
Sure. Do you want these books, too?
No, I'm not taking everything tonight. I'm just getting a few things over there, all right?
Yes. Oh, and Mason, I just want you to know, no one's ever made me feel as good or as complete as you do.
At least I serve some useful purpose.
Oh, you do much more than that.
Thank you. This is getting heavy.
Well. Wait until C.C. finds out. He's never going to let Brandon have a mother like that.
You don't have to worry about a thing, C.C. I'm going to have everything fixed up for Mason, so when he comes back home, it's going to be just like it was before. I even checked his room to make sure there were fresh linens on the bed. I just want him to be comfortable, and I want him to be glad to be home. That's all. Maybe I'll put flowers in his room for later on. C.C., that was very generous of you to take him back home.
Well, it was wrong of me to ever throw him out.
Well, everything is smoothed over now, and this house is going to have the feeling of a family again, just the way you wanted it to be.
I wonder where he is. I lost track of him after the recess. Well, I guess he'll be along shortly. Meanwhile, I have some more work I have to do.
It's Gina. Where are you? Well, I know you did, but I expected you sooner. No, I'm just anxious to see you, that's all. No, of course there's no one around. Mason, I need to have you here. You don't know how difficult it is living this lie with C.C., pretending that nothing is going on between him and Sophia. But knowing that you're going to be living here with us, it helps a lot. It makes it all possible. No, I'm not getting overexcited. I'm just anxious. Well, you do mean a lot to me. You're my friend, my confidant, my hero, everything. Hurry, Mason, please. Please hurry up. I need you. C.C., you're back.
Oh, Gina, has Mason shown up yet?
No, I just spoke to him. He said that he might be showing up a little later. He's working terribly hard on Ted's case.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. Where are you off to?
I didn't get a chance to cut those flowers for his room yet, and I want to fill his room with flowers just so he knows how welcome he is.
Really? Well, he'll be very touched.
Well, I hope he will. I'll see you later.
I don't think I've ever seen her quite so happy. Is this all because Mason's moving back? Why would that make her so happy?
Aren't these lovely? I want to fill the house with flowers as a way of saying, welcome home, Mason.
If he ever gets here.
Oh, he will tonight. C.C., I'm very glad you two have made up.
Yes. In fact, I don't think I have ever seen you quite this pleased over anything.
Well, of course I am. Are you all right? You look a little pale.
I'm a little tired, that's all.
Well, I hope you're not coming down with anything. A lot of people are getting colds lately.
Why don't you let Rosa make those arrangements for you?
No, I want this to have the personal touch.
I think I should tell you before it comes as a shock to you. Rosa and Santana are talking in the kitchen.
You let her back in this house?
She's Rosa's daughter. I can't very well forbid them to see each other.
Hello? Oh, Mason. No, Rosa, it's all right. I've got it. Yes, hello. What's keeping you, for heaven's sake? I've got your room all ready for you. Oh, Mason, really? Well, can't you do that some other time? I told you why. I need to have you here. No, I just need you. And now you're telling me you won't be moving in till tomorrow? Oh, you're working all night on Ted's case. Of course I want to see him acquitted.
Did you get a really close look at her?
Close. You almost knocked me over.
And you are sure that that is the same woman?
I am positive.
All right, I've waited this long. I guess I can wait one more day, but I'm not very happy about this. What? Yes, I'll tell C.C. Bye, Mason.
You've made up with Mason, and I think that's wonderful for the both of you. I just hope that when he moves back into this house, C.C., that you keep your eyes open so that you're not deceived by appearances.
That's a rather odd remark.
I know, and I'm not going to say anything else. Just please take care of yourself first and the rest of your family second. The only person you can really trust anymore, C.C., is yourself.
Don't tell me that I can't trust my family. I don't want to hear anything from you. My son is on trial. I'm not going to put up with this pettiness. Now, I don't need you and I don't want your advice. I just want to be left alone.
All right. I haven't said what I came here to say, and perhaps it's best if I don't. So I'll just go.
I can't tell him. He's gonna have to find out about Gina and Mason on his own. And maybe when he does, Brandon will be free of that terrible woman for good.
Mason, wonderful, it's you.
Yeah, it's me, the prodigal son, complete with baggage. Since when are you up so early?
Well, I've been up for hours waiting for you. I wanted to be the first one to officially welcome you home. Oh, I'm so glad to see you.
Well, you're not going to see me for long. I'm just going to get cleaned up and get back over to the courthouse.
Well, at least let me make you a breakfast or something nice like that.
Why are you whispering?
I don't want anyone to know you're here. If C.C. hears us talking, he's going to come down here and monopolize you. I know it. Come on, sit down and relax.
Oh, no, Gina, I really don't have time. It's been a big help to me in preparing the case. I owe him a lot.
Yes, I know he's helped you, but you're the one who's actually out there in front of the judge and everybody.
Yeah, let's just hope I haven't lost my momentum.
Mason, welcome. Glad you didn't change your mind about coming back.
Yeah, no, I bought a few things over. I'm gonna shower and then get over to the courtroom.
Oh, well, you can't use the shower in your room because it's being retiled, so why don't you use Kelly's room for the time being?
Oh, all right, fine. I better get a move on.
I think I'm going to go over to the courthouse, take a chance on speaking with Ted before the trial starts. Do you think it's worth a try?
Yeah, but I think you'd have a better chance after court adjourns. Go ahead and give it a shot, though.
All right.
See you.
Gina, are you coming?
No, I'm not quite ready yet. You go ahead. I'll see you there.
All right. See you later.
Gina? For the love of... Gina, I'm flattered. I really am.
Oh, Mason, don't waste your time being flattered. We have more important things to do.
No, I wish I could, Gina.
But you can. We're the only two people in the house. Eden is at work. Kelly's away. Brandon is with the sitter, and Cece went to the courthouse. Oh, Mason, it's just wonderful to have you here. Whenever I need you, I know you're just a few doors down the hallway. It's been so lonely for me. Everyone's very polite, but they treat me like a stranger. It's a terrible feeling.
I know, Gina.
Put your arms around me. I want to feel and hold you.
No, look, Gina, even if I weren't pressed for time, my mind is not here, okay? If I don't ask the right questions today, my brother could go to jail.
But you will ask the right questions. You're a wonderful lawyer.
No, I appreciate your confidence in me, Gina, but the truth of the matter is that I need some time alone before I walk into the arena, as it were.
The arena? You sound like some kind of matador.
No, not quite, but the courtroom's not without its share of bull.
Well, all right. I'll be good. But only because I want you to win that case as much as you do. But when you get back home, I won't take no for an answer. I'll give you a fair warning. When I come knocking at the door, you better be ready to let me in.
Gina, I want you to put that idea out of your mind right now.
But Mason, what are you saying?
I'm saying not in this house. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, well, don't be such a worrywart.
Gina, it's too risky. Take my word for it. Now, if we want some time together, we'll have to do it someplace else. Would you please get some clothes on?
I would think that you would like to spend a lot more time with him after being gone for so long. And instead, you've got all kinds of things to occupy yourself with.
First of all, it's none of your business how I occupy myself. Second of all, I'm not at the beach or something. I would much rather be with Brandon than in a stuffy courtroom. But my place is here.
Oh, yes, showing Capwell solidarity.
You're the one who should explain your presence. I didn't understand what you're doing here.
I did a lot of growing up in that house, Gina. Ted is like family. I care just as much as anyone in that courtroom about him.
And of course it wouldn't hurt to have C.C. watching you wringing your hands with the best of them, Well, do you think he's going to change his mind about letting you into Brandon's life because of this?
Brandon has nothing to do with my being here. Not everyone has an ulterior motive.
Right. Your motives are as pure as the driven snow. Fortunately, I have better things to do than discuss them. Mason, I was late. They wouldn't let me in.
You didn't miss much.
What do you mean? I could hear all the noise out here. What happened?
I'd rather not talk about it right now.
All right, we'll just go home. You look exhausted. You need some TLC, and that's what you're going to get. Come on.
Mason, you leaving right away?
Yeah, I'm kind of wiped out, Dad. I just want to get some rest.
All right. I'm going to stay and talk with Ted. The deputy said I could have a few minutes with him before they took him back to jail.
Fine.
Cece, did I hear you say you're going to be able to talk with Ted?
For a minute or two, yes.
Do you mind if I come along? I just want to wish him well and just see him for a few minutes.
Like I said, be all right. Go ahead, son. Get some rest.
I'll drive Mason. I think he looks too tired to get behind the wheel.
All right. But I won't see you two until later this evening. When I finish talking with Ted, I've got to go by and finish up some business at the office.
All right, don't work too hard. Mason will be all right. He'll be fine.
I'm going to see the deputy about Ted.
I'll be right there. All right, you two. I have waited long enough. Today is the day.
First of all, why don't you give me your jacket? And then I'll loosen your tie. Now, is there anything I can get you? Something cool to drink?
No, thanks, Gina. I don't want anything. I just want to lie down, try to forget everything.
Oh, Mason, it couldn't have been that bad.
Oh, no. You should have seen it. I did handsprings get that girl to change her story, and she wouldn't budge. And she's lying, Gina. Written all over her face.
Of course she's lying. Ted never would have done anything like that. It's impossible.
I know that, but how am I going to prove it if she refuses to be tripped up? It's a little late in the day for last-minute strategies.
Well, I don't think there's anything you can do when you're this exhausted. You have to give yourself some time to rest and before you can get a second wind on this thing. Tell you what, come upstairs with me. I'll give you a nice long massage. How about that?
All right. You don't have to do that, Gina.
Mason, I want to. It's the least I can do after all the rough times you've helped me through. Now it's my turn to help you, and I consider it a privilege.
Don't you think you should answer that?
You're supposed to be relaxing. Pretend you didn't hear it.
Oh, I can. It might be about the case.
Oh, all right. Here you go.
Hello.
Hello? Doesn't seem to be anybody there.
Well, then hang up. I told told you, I don't want us to be disturbed.
Santana, I'm going to the office.
Oh, wait a minute, C.C. I was just talking with your secretary on the phone, and she said for me to tell you that the reports you were going to the office for aren't ready yet.
Oh, they're not.
Besides, you look too tired to go back to the office anyway.
It hurts me to see Ted look so frightened.
I know, I can see how upset you are.
Well, maybe I should go home.
Why don't you let me drive you?
No, that's all right, Santana.
Oh, come on, C.C. You've had a tough day.
Cruz, all I can say is keep pushing. Do whatever you have to do to trace those people. Because if I can't get through to Christie, finding another suspect is my only hope. Yeah, right, thanks. Yeah, I appreciate it more than I can say. Yeah, listen, Cruz, I'll talk to you this afternoon, okay? Right. Bye.
How's your headache?
Not too good.
Why don't I get you an aspirin and a glass of water?
That's very kind. I'll be in the study making some calls.
Okay, I'll be right there.
Don't look at me like that. You give me chills.
You just wait, Gina. Your little chills haven't even started yet. Now they have really gone too far.
I know you're worried about Ted right now, but I'm going to do my best to take your mind off him. Off the entire trial, in fact.
Sophia, I just got back from the courtroom. Ted, well, Look, I'd like to come down and talk to you in person. I'll just be a moment.
C.C., where are you going?
To talk to Sophia. I'll be back in a little
Well,
while.
can it wait? I want to talk to you.
I told you, I won't take very long.
C.C., I really wish you would stay.
Not now, Santana. I'm in a hurry.
Wait a minute.
Wait for what?
I have to check something about the case. It's in my briefcase.
Mason!
I'm sorry, Gina. Ted's defense begins this afternoon. That takes precedence. Excuse me.
Am I losing my touch?
Santana, you're here. Why didn't you answer the phone?
Well, I was just about to. I guess whoever it was must have hung up.
Well, if it's important, I guess they'll call back.
You look tired, C.C. Is your headache any better?
Not much.
I thought you said you were going to go upstairs and take a nap. Why don't you go now?
No, I think I'll go into the atrium and rest for a minute. Santana, why that look on your face?
I just think that you should go upstairs now.
In a while.
No, I don't know when my father will be home exactly. I don't expect him much before evening. Uh-huh. Well, I'll give him the message you called. Yeah, you're welcome.
All right, Mason, that's enough. I don't want you answering the phone again. Nothing's gonna stop us now.
No, it's really more of a turning point than a new start, Gina. I don't know what made Dad change his mind, but he has taken me back. The enormity of that is a little hard to deal with.
That's not the only thing.
Could be very good, though, Gina. I have a hand in the business again, and the hand that writes the contracts holds a lot of power.
What about Eden? She wants to run the business, too.
I know all about Eden and her ambition. She's not really a serious contender. Main thing is to get Ted acquitted of this rape charge, then the family can be united again. Sometimes I have such hopes for this family, Gina. Such ambitions.
Mason, I have ambitions too.
Sophia's a bit of a problem. I'm always going to resent her for taking my mother's place, but I can deal with that. I think I can deal with anything now. 6 months in exile taught me a lot about survival. It did me a favor in a way doing that.
Well, that's nice, dear. Why don't you stand up and I'll do you a favor too?
You know, I'll also have a lot more time with Brandon, too. I think Dad could be right about his potential.
I have great potential. I wish you'd see that.
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
Mason, you're a practical man. I'm here. Notice me.
Gina, what are you doing?
I'm waiting for you to take off my blouse.
No.
No? What do you mean, no?
I mean, no, I don't think it's a good idea at all. That doesn't fit into the scheme of things anymore.
How dare you do this to me? I've humiliated myself. How could you reject me?
Gina, I'm sorry if you feel you've humiliated yourself.
Well, I have. I was ready to give myself to you, and now you don't want to take me? What kind of a cat are you?
Gina, will you calm down?
I can't. I feel unused.
Unsullied.
Unwanted.
Untrue. You are a very sexy lady, Gina. It just wouldn't be right now. Things have changed.
What things? The only thing has changed. You don't want me anymore.
Gina, will you sit down for a minute?
No, I'm not going to sit down. Go ahead. Try and talk yourself out of this one.
All right. My father has made a genuine and very difficult for him attempt at reconciliation with me. Gina, the ramifications of that are so enormous that I won't do anything to jeopardize it. Certainly nothing as dangerous as sleeping with his new wife.
Now, is that what's worrying you? Well, I'm not really his wife anymore. It's just a name. He doesn't love me. He loves Sophia. He's cast me off. I'm like an upstairs maid to him now. Not even that much. Nobody wants me now. Not C.C., not you. I can never have a baby of my own. I just can't. But I can still be loved. That's the only thing that's kept me sane, Mason. Please, Mason, make love to me. Make me feel wanted again.
Will you ever stop working?
Wait a minute.
Well, I can't think of any papers that are more important than your rest.
These are. I'm changing my will, adjusting the inequities and reapportioning things fairly. I've even rewritten the corporate bylaws to include Mason. Santana, I want you to know, Brandon is playing a great part in this.
Well, I'm glad. Thank you. But you still must remember you have a long court day ahead of you today, and you've got to get some rest between now and then.
I suppose you're right. Maybe I'd better. This can wait a little while.
Oh, Mason, it's so good to be close to you. Even with all your conniving and deception, you've managed to light a fire in me that refuses to go out.
Good. Well, we'll put it in front of a monument, Gina. Call it the Tomb of the Unappreciated Wife. Millions will flock to it every year.
Mason, I can see through your sarcasm. I know you're as excited about this as I am.
Well, you don't have to look far to see that. And why shouldn't I be? Gina, you definitely have a way about you. A very persuasive way. But no, I don't think we should tempt fate.
Why do you treat me like this? You lead me on and then you refuse me?
Gina, quiet down. Can't I say no to you without your turning Wagnerian on me?
No, you have no right to say no. You want me to beg, don't you?
No, I most certainly do not. The thought of you driving around with a tin cup selling pencils from the window of your luxury sedan is appalling to me.
Mason, don't make fun of me. I don't have to take this from you. I can have any man I want. You hear me?
Yes, and the whole house is going to hear you if you don't calm down, Gina. Now, if it's true that you can have any man you want, the answer is simple. Just want another man.
It really amuses you to do this, doesn't it? You think it's funny to watch people debase themselves.
What have I done? I wonder if Brandon heard them. Gina's Brandon's mother. He loves her. If C.C. finds Gina and Mason together, it could be awful for Brandon.
Mason, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to yell at you. You're the only man I want. You know that. Look, just look at me. Don't say anything. Just look at me.
Gina, this is really very foolish.
But just try and tell me it's not exciting.
Kelly, is that you? Gina, are you in there? Kelly, all right?
Is the door locked?
Door's locked. Someone let me in. I've got the key. Master key for these locks. That's right.
He's trying to unlock the door.
Well, for God's sake, get dressed.
No, I can't. Oh.
Gina, let go of me.
Gina? Kelly? Coming in.
C.C., is there something wrong?
I don't know. I thought I heard someone in there.
Well, Kelly could be in there. You don't want to just go barging in on
I
her.
want to see what's wrong. My God, what is this?
Dad.
Don't you call me that? Don't you ever call me that again. What kind of a son is it that moves back news father's house and does this?
No, stop it. It wasn't.
Oh, stay away from me. You were a whore when I found you, and after everything I've done for you, you haven't changed. Is this the way you pay me back? Is this it?
It's not the way it looks.
Not the way it looks? Is that what you said? Not the way it looks? Answer me.
Yes.
No, I see the way it looks. This is the way it's been probably for weeks and months behind my back. Is this the kind of kicks you get making a fool of me? The same kind of kicks that you got from your filthy drugs and your pills?
Stacey, no, please.
Oh, what are you going to do? Are you going to defend this tramp? Take a good look at her, Mason. If you want that, then she's yours. You deserve each other. Oh, God, is this where it's going to end? With some sick joke? Pack up your things and get out of here, both of you. I said now, I never want to see you again.
C.C., wait.
Mason, what have we done?
We've blown it. That's what we've done, Gina. We've blown this whole thing sky high.
C.C., I am very worried about you. You don't look well.
How would you feel if you saw what I just saw?
I know, and I'm sorry, but try to stay calm.
I will never forget this for the rest of my life. My son, my wife, and my own son.
C.C., tell me what to do for you, please. Just tell me what to do. I think you should lie down or something.
And in my own house, it was as if they wanted me to find them.
You know, I was thinking about it earlier. What if Brandon had found them? I am so grateful he is not in this house.
Gina probably wouldn't have cared. That's the kind of mother she is.
I've known that for a long time.
It's not Gina that surprises me, though. A part of me has always known that she was capable of this kind of thing. But Mason, damn it! He really fooled me this time. I thought he was going to put the past all behind us and move back in and so we could be all a family again. How could I have been so stupid?
C.C., I know this is very hard, but please try not to get so worked up.
I suppose he thinks that he has finally gotten even with me. Well, I've got a few things to teach him about getting even. Things that he and his little pathetic tramp have never dreamed of. They will regret to their last day. Oh, are they going to pay?
He wasn't supposed to be here. You heard him. We both did. He said he was going to the office.
Yeah, well, people change their plans, Gina. I told you this morning the whole thing was too risky. Not in this house. Didn't I say that? Not in this house.
Yes, Mason, but
Yeah, but you had to come in here with your designer lingerie and your massages and your less than honorable intentions.
You wanted me to. Don't say you didn't.
Well, it's a bit moot who wanted what, isn't it, Gina? Point is, we both behaved like a couple of idiots. Now we're going to have to pay for it 1,000 times over.
He's going to divorce me, isn't he?
I think the smart money's on that, yeah.
Then he's going to try to take Brandon away from me. Mason, I couldn't stand that. I'd rather be dead.
Gina, You have to stay in control. If you've got a prayer of keeping Brandon, falling apart's not going to help matters any. You understand that?
Yes, right.
Besides, I'm the one who should be slitting my wrists here anyway. Do you know how long I've lived as an outcast in my own family? How that's eaten away at me? Finally, I'm allowed back into the sanctum sanctorum. Finally, a truce with my father. And now it's gone. In one thoughtless, pointless moment, it's gone.
Stop it, Mason. I can't stand when you talk that way.
Not only that, I'm expected to pick myself up, dust myself off, get back to the courtroom, and try to save my little brother from a jail sentence that seems more inevitable by the hour.
Well, Mason, tell me, what are we going to do?
I don't know.
Well,
I can't move.
Well, that's not like you. When I was at the hospital and I was going to give everything up, you always had the right answers. You kept me going.
You gonna do that for me now?
I can't, Mason. I don't know how. Oh, I'm so scared.
Yeah.
I've never been this scared.
Well, you better get used to it, Gina. Because you're on your own now, and so am I. We don't have the Capwells to fall back on anymore. And believe me, it's a cold, hard, and ruthless world out there without their patronage.
I can't go back to the way I used to live. I couldn't take that again.
Well, then you better figure out some way to salvage something out of all this. Because it's gonna be a bloodbath, believe me.
Gina! Mason! You hear me? I want you downstairs this instant. Get down here now!
After you. We're here.
I'm going to say this as simply and as briefly as I can, because I don't want to look at you any longer than I have to. First, I'm going to start divorce proceedings against you immediately. I should have done it a long time ago. As for you, you're going to keep my lawyer very busy. Because of your inclusion back into my will, and as a director of the corporation, that's all going to be changed again. Well, when I have taken care of those things, it'll be very easy for me to eliminate any traces of you from my life. That's the way I want it. Now get out.
I just want to say one thing. I'll leave everything behind, C.C. Clothing, jewelry, I don't care. But I'm taking Brandon with me.
Take Brandon? You're not even going to be able to see Brandon when I get through with you.
Please, he's my whole life. He's the one precious thing I have.
It's a miracle that the boy is still in one piece after the suffering he's had under your motherly care.
I won't let you take him. I won't. I'll get my own lawyer.
Oh, you do that. And you know what that attorney will tell you? That you're the perfect definition of an unfit mother. Or an irresponsible, grasping, pitiful junkie. They'll throw your case out of court in 2 minutes.
Oh, wait a minute, Dad. Gina's kicked her habit, and you know it. If you're gonna throw accusations around, at least make sure they're accurate.
Oh, is this the lawyer talking? Well, don't try any of your courtroom tactics on me, Mason, especially since they're so weak.
What are you trying to say?
And I think I'm going to find Ted some better representation because I don't think you're handling it very well.
I'm doing everything that can possibly be done.
How about a little homework, Mason? How about spending a little time on Ted's case instead of all of your free time playing with my wife?
How dare you? How can you come on so high and mighty after the way you've been carrying on with Sophia? I haven't done anything to you that you haven't done to me.
Oh, you are wrong there. I haven't been having an affair with Sophia.
I've seen you two. You can hardly take your hands off each other.
I love Sophia. I won't deny that. But I have not slept with her while I was married to another woman. And I don't...
What's the matter, Dad? Having an attack of the vapors? You must be getting a little old for this kind of excitement. Not slipping, are you?
Get out of here, Mason. I've heard enough. I want you both out of my sight.
Come on, Gina.
No, I'm not going anywhere without Brandon. C.C., please don't do this to me.
Gina, don't beg. It's just what he wants.
You heard him. He said he's going to try to find a way of declaring me as an unfit mother.
Those are threats. Who's going to be Brandon's mother if not you? Who'd raise him?
Sophia and I will raise him.
What's going on in here?
Sophia, if I could explain, just get them out of here.
All right, you heard him. C.C., sit down. I don't want you to try to explain anything more. Just tell me where your pills are.
I've already taken some. It hasn't done any good.
All right, I'm going to call the doctor.
No, wait.
C.C., for God's sake, let...
Sophia, listen to me. I want you to call Jack Lee. I've got to get Mason and Gina out of my will before it's too late. Sophia, hurry now. Call him.
All right.
Mason from my will should be simple enough. We'll just return to the terms that were there before.
What about your wife?
Please, don't refer to her as my wife. I'm trying to forget that I was that stupid. Gina is to be excluded from my will, the same as Mason. But I don't want Brandon's position diminished in any way.
All right, I understand.
Now, Jack, speaking of Brandon, I want you to investigate what I have to do to retain custody. Gina is not going to raise that boy. I know with the divorce proceedings and everything else, it's a lot to ask of you.
No, it's all right. I'll be able to handle it.
There's little time, Jack, very little time.
Are your symptoms the same ones you described over the phone?
Yes.
I want you in the hospital.
No, whatever happens, I want to be in my house. Jack, you're probably wondering what's wrong with me. I have an aneurysm, and it may be ready to do me in. I want that kept very confidential.
I'm so sorry. C.C., it's possible that you've suffered a small stroke. Now, I need to get you to a place where I can do the proper tests on you.
I want you to understand that Mason and Gina are not to know about this. It'll let them off the hook too easily. They're not to know that I'm dying. Is that understood?
I can't believe you're still here.
What did you expect me to do, Gina? Run along home like...
Why not? You got what you wanted.
I'm worried about C.C., and I'm not going to go anywhere until I know he's all right.
Oh, I'm sure you're worried. This whole thing is your fault. You set us up. You think Mason and I don't know that?
You're wrong, Gina.
No, I don't think she is. I think you did it, didn't you, Santana? You arranged for Dad to come home early and find us.
Oh, I wanted him to find you, Mason. You bet I did. But then at the last minute, I changed my mind. I started thinking about Brandon and how he might be hurt by all of this, and I couldn't go through with it. C.C. came up here on his own. I even tried to stop him.
You're a liar!
And you are exactly what C.C. said you are, an unfit mother. I'm not very happy with the way things turned out here today, but I am so happy you're not going to be messing up my son's life anymore.
I love Brandon, and Brandon loves me. You can't stand knowing that, can you?
Oh, yeah, you love him so much that you went off to some sleazy little motel with Mason while your son poisoned himself on your lousy pills.
Gina! No. Ladies, please.
C.C., this is sheer nonsense. You've already told me that you've lost the feeling in your right hand.
You told me...
Can't you see how serious this is?
You told me the feeling would come back.
I said it might. But what you need is rest, isolation, and supervision. And I don't think you're going to get it around here.
C.C., would you listen to him, please?
I can rest here at home. As soon as Gina and Mason are out of here, things will be more peaceful.
What was that?
I don't know. I'll go check.
Well, it doesn't sound very peaceful, whatever it is. You should be in a hospital. And I should wash my hands of you,
I don't think you're going to change his mind, Doctor, and I don't agree with him. I just know how stubborn he is. We've been friends for a long time.
You are a good friend and a good lawyer, and I know you'll work as fast for me as you can.
I will. Look, as a friend, is there anything else that I could do for you, C.C.?
No, there isn't anything anyone can do except get my affairs in order.
All right, I'll check with you later. Now, you get some rest, all right? Goodbye, Doctor.
Doctor, I hope whatever is in there will give me a little more time. I've got an awful lot of things to settle before I go.
No more. I said that's enough. Now you stop it. There's a sick man downstairs. The least you could do is leave this house before you cause any more pain.
Sorry, Sophia.
All right, now you come with me and I'll fix your face. Me?
How dare she try and tell me anything? They're both worse than I'll ever be. Sophia's already taken away my husband, and now Santana wants to take away my little boy.
All right, just calm down, Slugger. Quite a scrapper, aren't you? Not that Santana didn't hold her own.
I'm fighting for my son, Mason. Anything I have to do, I will do.
Anything.
I'd kill for that child.
So would Santana. Well, what did the doctor have to say? He didn't look too happy.
I don't need to talk to you. When I have rid myself of treacherous people, I will be fine. I've already taken steps with my lawyer to rid myself of both of you. You can go now.
I told you, I'm not going anywhere without Brandon.
You have nothing to say about it.
Yes, she does. You have no right to take Gina's child away from her. That's the law.
She's not going to take that boy out of this house.
All right, then she'll stay in this house until a court decides otherwise. Damn it, Dad, think about Brandon. You're going to do him any good for the only mother he's ever known to disappear without a word?
All right. You can stay here until the divorce is final. But God help you if you come anywhere near me. I don't want to see you, and I don't want to speak to you. Consider it your job to see to it that we never run into each other. As far as you're concerned, I never want to see you in this house again. You are no longer my son. Get out.
Hi, Mason. Listen, I have an announcement for the whole family. I'd like for you to be there.
Well, you'll have to make the announcement without me, whatever it is. Well, Eden, what is it?
Well, Cruz and I have just decided to get married.
Well, congratulations, but I don't think now's the time for a wedding announcement. Maybe you might want to come back later.
Why? What's going on? Are you and Dad fighting again?
New war has been declared. This time it may be a fight to the death. Yes, could I speak to Lindsay Smith, please? Oh, yes, I'll hold. See how the old man does when he finds out about his precious Channing's escapades with Mr. Lindsay Smith. Hello, Lindsay. It's Mason Capwell. Listen, I need a favor.